It is time for the morning rush and 6:48 on your Monday morning. Now, police are continuing to investigate an officer-involved shooting in southwest Albuquerque. Now, yesterday afternoon, APD was called out to 60th and Central for a robbery at a nearby gas station. Investigators say that no officers were hurt, but the suspect was shot by police. At last check, he is reportedly said to be stable at UNM Hospital. Meanwhile, the Bernalillo County Sheriff's Office is investigating a homicide on the city's west side. The incident was near the McDonald's on Coors and Arenal. That's when deputies arrived. They say they found 37-year-old Neil Winslow along with another man who was declared dead at the scene. Winslow was taken into custody and is now being charged with an open count of murder. An Artesia man is now serving a life sentence in prison. That's for a murder that happened outside of a police station in October of 2023. 24-year-old Acadio Lucero was seen shooting at another man outside of the Artesia Public Safety Complex. A jury convicted Lucero earlier this month. He will be eligible for parole in 30 years. Ryan.
And Purgatory, the past 24 hours, we've seen some passing clouds, good visibility despite poor air quality in parts of the Rio Grande Valley. Sunshine aloft with hot weather. That will continue for at least the next few days.
We are continuing to follow two wildfires burning on the opposite ends of the Gila National Forest. At last check, the Trout Fire was burning 12 miles north of Silver City and has ravaged over 12,000 acres. Now, at this time, the fire remains south of State Road 35 and is 0% contained. Meanwhile, the Buck Fire continues to grow, and that is about 55 miles west of Socorro. Yesterday afternoon, the fire crews reported the size of the fire at nearly 34,000 acres. That remains also at 0% containment. Investigators say that the fire was started by a lightning strike. Well, PNM has now been working closely with the officials at the Gila National Forest to help with the firefighting efforts. Now, in order to help the fire crews in the area, power was shut off this afternoon along Highway 35 and 15 from the Wilderness Ranger Station to the Cliff Dwellings. That was yesterday afternoon. PNM expects to keep the power out in those areas until at least 4 p.m. today. Ryan.
Very sunny and hot across the Land of Enchantment. With the breezier weather, there is that higher fire threat potential. And with that high pressure system still mostly overhead today, many areas reaching the 90s and or triple digits. Santa Fe, Albuquerque, all the way to Deming. Near record to record temperatures likely. Only a little bit cooler and breezier later this week.
A district court judge has ruled that UNM Hospital breached its duty to the healthcare union members. It's by withholding information. That decision stems from the hospital's lack of communications with layoffs that happened back in 2023. Now, this is the latest in a long line of court cases between the hospital and United Health Professionals of New Mexico. The Albuquerque City Council is set to hear a proposal that would bring a multi-million-dollar development project to the Old Town area. The proposal would bring major developments to the Sawmill, that is including a new hotel. The proposed ordinance councilors will hear is going to be tonight, seeking to issue $227 million in industrial revenue bonds to help fund the private-public project without using taxpayer dollars. Ryan.
And taking a look at traffic. Traffic is smooth sailing for the most part this morning, just getting a little bit busier compared to the past hour or two. Taking a look at tracker heading south on I-25 near Manal, we are dealing with pretty good traffic conditions so far. No major accidents nor slowdowns, and we'll have more updates later today.
For the first time in his life, a 135-year-old tortoise got to celebrate Father's Day. Goliath, the 517-pound Galapagos tortoise, helped father a clutch of eggs earlier this year, and this month one of them finally hatched. The hatchling is reportedly very happy and healthy.
And now it's time for the 5 facts. At number 5, the Rail Yards Market recently invited shoppers to celebrate New Mexico's deep ranching heritage for Ranchero Day. Rancher Trinidad Mendez from near Española says the life of a ranchero is no easy feat and it takes hard work along with dedication. For the past 5 years, the family of farmers has traveled from Rio Arriba County, displaying the fruits of their labor for customers at the rail yards.
At number 4, we are continuing to follow two wildfires that are burning on opposite ends of the Gila National Forest. At last check, the Trout Fire, burning 12 miles north of Silver City, has ravaged over 12,000 acres. The Southwest Area Incident Management Team says that while activity has increased over the weekend, they are making steady progress. At this time, the fire remains south of State Road 35 and is 0% contained. Grant County is now urging residents of the Cliff Dwellings area to evacuate via Highway 35 towards Mimbres.
And at number 3, temperatures on the rise ahead. Triple-digit heat for a majority of New Mexico. Our old record high temperature on this day in Albuquerque was 100, likely reaching 100, maybe even 101, breaking a record potentially. We'll start to cool off with breezier weather later this week.
At number 2, the Bernalillo County Sheriff's Office is investigating a homicide on Albuquerque's west side. The incident was called in a little after 1 yesterday afternoon. That was near the McDonald's on Coors and Arenal about a fight in progress. And when deputies arrived, they found 37-year-old Neil Winslow along with another man who was not breathing. BCSO says the deputies tried life-saving efforts, but the man was declared dead at the scene. The victim has not been named by authorities as they notify the next of kin. Meanwhile, Winslow was taken into custody and is being charged with an open count of murder. And at number 1, police are continuing to investigate an officer-involved shooting in southwest Albuquerque. Yesterday afternoon, APD was called out to 60th and Central for a robbery at a nearby gas station. Police say the caller told them the suspect had robbed the Circle K near Blue Water and Coors. Officers found one person who they say matched the suspect's description. Investigators say no officers were hurt, but the suspect was shot by police. At last check, he is reportedly said to be stable at UNM Hospital. Police recovered the items from the robbery and a firearm.